Sony's beautiful S-Cinetone colour profile is now available not only on their cinema cameras but on the A7S III, which I'm filming on now. Let's see how you can download it and update your firmware to get it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is actually download the firmware, and unfortunately it's not currently compatible with Apple's Big Sur, so hopefully you haven't updated that yet. If you have, you may need to either do it on a Windows machine or find a Mac that doesn't have that. Thankfully, I haven't updated my Mac to the latest software update yet, so I'm still on Catalina. Next thing you're going to need to do is make sure you've got a battery that is over 50% full. Sony recommends over 75% full. And also make sure you're using an actual Sony battery, because I have some third-party batteries and Sony, the cameras don't like it. And also make sure you are using the cable that comes with the camera, the USB-A to USB-C cable, because I tried it with a third-party cable and it didn't like it either. So make sure you're doing those things. The other thing to do next is put your camera into mass storage mode in the USB menu. The camera may already be in that mode. It comes out the box automatically in the auto mode. So just make sure you check that first before you do anything else. Don't connect your camera yet, wait until it tells you to do so. You're going to need to run the software once it's downloaded, and then it will take you through the steps. But before you do that, if you're on a Mac, you'll probably need to put in all your passwords, because that's what Mac makes you do, which is a good thing, I think. Make sure you've plugged in your USB-C to your computer and your camera if you haven't already done so, and then click next, and make sure that you've got enough space on your hard drive as well. That's something I should have said earlier. You need 600 to 700 megabytes, I think they say. It does say on the download screen before you download the software. But yeah, once you click next, just let it do its thing. It may ask you to validate that you're updating to the right firmware version, so it shows you the previous firmware that it's currently on and then the new firmware that it will go on to. I found it took around between 20 and 25 minutes to do the full update, and you'll notice that the screen will go black on your camera. Don't be alarmed by this, it's normal. That's what they do when they update. And you'll notice that the little red light on the camera is still flickering away at the back. And yeah, just be patient, because it does take almost 25 minutes. I think it was about 22 or 23 for me. So once it's finished, you'll notice you'll be prompted on the screen. It will say click the finish button, and then your camera screen will also turn back on at this point. Now, I've seen some people's come up with the Sony Image Edge little thing. Mine didn't do that. It just came straight up on the mass storage mode, and that was it. Once that's done, disconnect the camera from the computer, make sure it's all finished, and before you do that, and then you can check in the menu to make sure that you've got PP11 in your color profiles. So it's right at the bottom, it's your new color profile, which is the S-Cinetone one. So double check it's there, make sure you're on the right firmware version. You can check that in the menus as well, and you're good to go. So now you've got S-Cinetone. It's whether you want to use it for everything or whether you still want to make sure you get the most dynamic range in some of your shots. You will still want to use S-Log2 or really S-Log3 on this camera. It's up to you what you choose to use. I'm filming this in S-Cinetone because I've just done the update, and I think I will be from now on using that more because it just saves time in the edit later. But obviously there will be occasions where I want to shoot in S-Log3 to get the most dynamic range out of the camera, because you won't get that from S-Cinetone, even though it looks gorgeous straight out of camera in most situations. So hope that's been helpful. If it has, please do leave a like and comment below with any questions you have. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, and I'll leave you with a bit of footage that I've shot with the S-Cinetone profile.